Now that's a traditional welcome with a difference. It's round 4 of the World Rally Championship, and we're in New Zealand's North Island and the colourful city of sails. It's Auckland. Over the next 3 days, the drivers will compete on some of the fastest gravel roads in the championship amid some of the world's most spectacular scenery, and the drivers get the best view in town pre-rally.
What we are doing?
3 days of action lie ahead, the 356 kilometres of competitive time stages taking place to the north and south of Auckland. Rally New Zealand is a favourite with both drivers and fans alike, with the fast-flowing loose gravel stages that demand absolute concentration. And one man who knows what it takes to win here is Petter Solberg. The Norwegian did it last year, but as championship leader, he now finds himself first on the road, having to sweep the course clean for the others.
18, keep left to Cranston, early 6 right bus. 60, cut early 5 right bus to Cranston, 2 left bus, 5 long, Triton.
I can win it, but we need some luck on the first day. If it's rain, we have a good possibility. If it's completely dry and with more kilometers and drier than ever on this rally, it will be difficult. Because over the last 5 years, everybody who have been first on the road, I lost maybe between 35 and 50 seconds. So we have to do as best as we can.
Subaru teammate Chris Atherton has yet to score any championship points, but the Australian is almost on home turf here and is an outside bet for a top 4 finish. This is the man likely to push Solberg all the way. Marcus Grönholm has won here 3 times, and the Finn is not interested in finishing anywhere but first.
If we are fighting for a win, we are close, then we go for it. But otherwise, it's second is okay, but not good.
Teammate Marco Martin says he's still finding his feet at Peugeot at the 307, but it hasn't stopped him moving into second place in the Drivers' Championship. World champion Sebastian Loeb may not have had the best start to 2005, retiring in Sweden and scrambling home 4th in Mexico. Last season, the Citroën Zara proved itself to be the most reliable car, but suddenly there are question marks. Now the Frenchman needs a trouble-free run and a top 3 finish. For teammate Francois Deval, any points would be a step forward. The talented young Belgian hasn't finished in the top 8 this season. That has to change here in New Zealand. Ford's Tony Gardemeister struggled for pace in Mexico, but a consistent start to the season sees him in 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. Mitsubishi's season reached a low point last year in New Zealand when both of their cars retired after the opening stage, but the Japanese outfit have battled back, scoring points in every round so far in 2005. Not so Skoda, for whom Armin Schwarz has so far failed to deliver a decent finish. In the number 2 seats, Jani Toino replaces Jani Parsonen. So, after 3 events, Petter Solberg holds the narrowest of leads over Marco Martin, with Tony Gardemeister's Ford Focus in 3rd. And it's Peugeot out front in the Manufacturers' Championship, but just look at Mitsubishi. They're just into joint 2nd. Sadly, they don't get off to the best of starts in New Zealand. Ari Rovanperä had a pre-rally scare in the shakedown test. Luckily, his mechanics were able to get him back on the road in time for the rally proper. Ford's Roman Cresta, though, was not so fortunate. The Czech driver clipped a bank at over 150 kilometers an hour with disastrous consequences.
I make big mistake. In the fast places is patchy light and then hitting to rocks and then rolling, but the car is damaged completely.
Back in service, it's time to face the wrath of team boss Malcolm Wilson.
From my point of view, I'm very disappointed the fact that it can happen, that it should happen on the shakedown. I mean, the rally hasn't even started.
He just won back-to-back rallies and his new car is already a proven force. So Petter Solberg is understandably confident.
2, 1.
With the expected disadvantage of sweeping the road clean of loose gravel, Petter is pushing hard to keep any time lost to a minimum.
Keep left of a long crest and 6 right minus half long into short, 6 left. Into big cut, 6 right west into cut short, 6 left minus, keep in, open 16. Flat left of the crest, 80, keep left of the crest, you need 6 right minus, tightens narrow to flat crest, 160. 6 left front.
A close shave there, and at such high speeds, any mistake could end in disaster. The road surface is quite damp though in some areas after overnight rainfall, meaning some of the gravel has become compacted. It could be the answer to Solberg's prayers. The rainfall could actually be bad news for the cars behind.
Keep left of a small crest, 40, line into cut early, 6 right, keep in, 30, early 6 left half long of a bridge into early 5 right. Opens 300. Flat right of a small crest.
Marco Martin is next on stage, and with each car that passes on the damp road, the surface could start to break up, leaving ruts and even more loose gravel. So instead of being at a disadvantage, the opposite could be true for the early cars through. Martin is 10 seconds off the pace set by Solberg.
70, crest late, easy left long. 200, flat right, long, tightens to 4 plus.
Tony Gardemeister has surprised many with his early season performances, but after a somewhat lackluster performance in Mexico, the Finn needs to get back up to speed in New Zealand. He betters the time of Martin, but Solberg continues to be the man on top.
Oikein roiku 6, pitkä oikein eri plus, Kirra alussa.
After 2 frustrating rallies, contrary to the world champion's usual high standards, much is expected of Sébastien Loeb this weekend.
Et ciel sur droite 140 moins. Sur gauche, sur droite, sur gauche 140 plus court fond. Et ciel tout droit. 130 mètres. Long ciel sur attention au poteau. Droite 140 moins. 200 mètres.
He's looking fast through this 25-kilometre stage, but even the Frenchman can't quite match Solberg's blistering time. Gronholm opted for a harder tyre compound than most, but how will the Finn selection affect his pace? Will Gronholm be the man to better Solberg's stage 1 time? The answer is no. 4.7 seconds slower, and despite his pre-rally concerns, Solberg is top of the pile for now. Less than 5 seconds separate the top 4 after the opening stage, with the 2 Citroën drivers sandwiched by Gronholm and Solberg. With the latest evolution of their Fabia appearing in Mexico, Skoda were hoping for a change in fortune, and the disappointing start to the season is showing no signs of improving. Yanni Toino was forced to change his engine management system before stage 1, incurring a 50-second penalty for arriving 5 minutes late at the stage start. It leaves the Finn down in 12th. While Owen Rovanperä, his battered front suspension sustained in shakedown, is restored to full working order. The Finn just outside the points in 9th after stage 3. Gigi Galli is suffering from clutch problems, but even so, he's still outperforming his more experienced teammate.
Destra, 4 dentro. 400.
Well, despite the near miss on stage 3, the Italian has moved up 2 places to 6th in consecutive stages.
Sinistra, sudo sino.
Chris Atkinson has impressed many on his first 2 events for Subaru, but he's yet to convert his undoubted speed into a strong finish.
40, 8 left plus 30, hug long 7.
For the first time, the young Australian is on a rally that he's tackled before and is immediately on the pace.
Opens half long 30, slow 6 right minus, brake then 2 left, don't cut. through left, don't cut. 30, late 6 right minus and turn.
A mistake here on stage 2, though. The spin costs 16 seconds, but Chris shows his determination and composure on the following test. He goes on to claim his first ever stage win.
4 left plus open, 70, late hug long, 6 left minus, opens half long, crest.
Francois Deval has started well on his third attempt at the New Zealand rally. The Belgian is in fourth and just 12 seconds off the leader's pace. Marcus Gronholm passed Deval for third on stage 2 with his first fastest time of the weekend. And with the Finn getting up to speed, it will almost certainly be the first of many.
Vasen eri helppo, 8. Oikein pitkä eri miinus, kirraa sumpuu. Ja vasen eri. Oikein helppo, vasen pitkä täys, 100.
Petter Solberg continues to defy the supposed disadvantage of running first on the road. He holds on to his lead, but only just. The Norwegian's advantage after stage 3 is 1.1 of a second. But on a day when he expected to lose over half a minute, he'll be very pleased with his first morning so far. Day 1 continues after the break. Welcome back to the opening day of one of the most spectacular events in world motorsport, the New Zealand Rally. It's been a productive morning so far for Petter Solberg. The Norwegian has even surprised himself with his unexpected pace, but with the sun drying the road, the softer compound tyres he used all morning may not be as effective here. Running fourth on the road should have meant an advantage for Sebastian Loeb on this opening day, but this has not been the case so far. With Solberg incredibly fast on the first 3 stages, can the Citroën driver improve on the last test before the midday service?
180 mètres, gauche 110 semi-long.
Remember, just 1.1 of a second separated them coming into this stage.
Attention, 50 mètres, droite 90 plus long. Gauche à fond, 250 mètres.
And that's a great time for Loeb, nearly 2 seconds quicker than Solberg, and he takes the rally lead. Gronholm has a slight disadvantage to his rivals. This is only his second time that he's used Pirelli tyres on gravel, leaving him unsure which compound to select in the changeable conditions.
Pahoja. 120 oikein tiukka ahdas.
He appears to have got his tyre selection right here. Gronholm is really attacking this stage. He's nearing the end of the run, and this is looking good for the Finn.
Ja silta hyppää 3 oikein pitkä nopea risteys. Älä. 8. Vasen eri helppo. 100.
He's quicker than Loeb. That's another fastest stage time, but not quite the rally lead. Well, Solberg may have dropped to third, but his teammate Chris Atkinson continues to impress. He's second fastest on stage and gains another position to claim 6th place on the leaderboard. All changed then after stage 4. Loeb and Gronholm passed Solberg, but less than a second separate the 3 drivers.
Petter running first on the road, and what a great start.
Yeah, incredible. I couldn't believe it when I saw the times, well, on every stage actually, so it's looking very good.
So why has it been so good?
Good question. Don't have a clue, but things are working very good with the car, tires. I have a good feeling. Try to keep it very clean and neat, and surprisingly well.
Are you surprised about Petter being so quick? Because last year you were first on the road and you lost, I think it was 40 seconds on the first day.
Yeah, we lost a lot last year, but it was more dry, and here in some stages it was perhaps not so difficult to be first on the road, but in some others it was some gravel and he was also very fast, so we'll see now.
On to the afternoon stages. The first three are repeated tests from the morning, so in theory any loose gravel should have been cleaned away. Petter Solberg is first on stage 5, but the road is not as clear as expected, and this is not good news for the Subaru driver as he attempts to reclaim the rally lead.
Line into 5 left minus half long, tightens 4 minus, tightens. And keep middle of a long crest and line into 6 right minus half long, tightens early 2 plus. Opens long, cut give in, 30, big cut, 3 left plus, tightens out long, give in, into don't cut, flat 5 right plus, opens.
A drier, harder surface appears to be working in Sebastian Loeb's favour this afternoon. The Frenchman's Michelin tyres are better suited to these conditions. Loeb's pace is looking ominous. He was less than a second ahead before this stage. That will surely be increased here. That's a huge advantage, nearly 10 seconds faster than Solberg. Like the Norwegian, Gronholm is running on Pirellis, so he too may suffer through this stage. Once again, his lack of experience with the Italian tyre manufacturer starts to show. This time he's opted for a compound that's too soft. The Peugeot man is a lot slower than Loeb.
Oikea eri sisältä. 120, vasen eri helppo.
Marcus, you're not looking super happy.
Not at all, not at all. I went softer with the tires and it was not so good either.
Marco Martin still feels he hasn't got the best out of the 307 on his first 3 rallies with Peugeot. Although he is happier than he was in Mexico, he's still unable to find a rhythm that is over 14 seconds off the pace on this stage alone.
Easy left, 30, easy right.
Chris Atkinson immediately takes advantage. The Aussie, having regained his composure since his earlier spin, passes Martin and is now up to 5th.
Crest continues long, 30. 9 left opens long, flat crest 70. 8 right, hug crest opens 50. Hug 9 right.
Loeb's newfound pace has given him an 8-second cushion, and with 3 more stages left this afternoon, Gronholm and Solberg cannot let this trend continue. Repeated runs through Waipu Gorge and Brooks are next. Another 30 kilometres for Loeb's rivals to try and loosen his grip on the rally lead. Petter Solberg started the day so well, so this mysterious drop-off in pace must be really frustrating for the championship leader.
Okay.
Terrible. Terrible.
Marcus Gronholm is also finding the surface very slippery. Again, the Pirelli runners appear to be suffering. His second place is still secure with 1 stage remaining. We'll soon see if yet more time will be lost to the rally leader, Loeb. Francois de Waal has an even better road position than his teammate, and the Belgian is taking advantage of the clearer lines. 2 second fastest times see the Citroën driver close right up on Solberg's 3rd place.
75, gauche 140 tenir, pour gauche 120 au poteau, 140 pour gauche 120, gap 120, 75 frein, pour gauche 70 ferme, pas corde, ferme, pour droite 70 fermant, frein 25, piège, droite 40, paille extérieure.
Loeb, meanwhile, continues to go from strength to strength. The world champion has looked very committed this afternoon and completes a hat-trick of stage wins on stage 7. Gigi Galli's good start to the day has started to go wrong. An alternator problem is costing a lot of time. The Mitsubishi driver has dropped to the wrong end of the top 10. His frustration is clear to see at the end of the stage. A bit of an altercation in the cockpit there, but Galli immediately apologises to both his co-driver, Guido D'Amore, and his team, regretting his actions. Luis Perez, come back. Yes, he's making his first appearance for Ford, and the Argentine is keen to impress on his debut for the Blue Oval. That's the end of his rally, though, and a very disappointing end to his debut. Loeb's lead is now up to 22 seconds, with his teammate Duval within 2 seconds of Peter Solberg's third place. Loeb's the man on the move in New Zealand. Stay with us to find out how this pans out. Don't go away. Welcome back to the final stage on the opening day of Rally New Zealand. It's been a difficult day for Marco Martin in his Peugeot 307. The Estonian has failed to record a top 3 time in any of today's stages. Here on the final run of the day, he's well off the pace, finishing down in 12th and losing 2 places on the leaderboard. Finishes the day in 7th place overall, well over a minute off the lead.
30, 6 right, 150 short, 6 right, 3 plus left, long, long. 50, 4 plus right.
Toto Garnemeister has also been off the pace today, and he has the added pressure of being the only point-scoring Ford driver left in the race after Roland Kresta's early exit. Finn is also looking to extend Ford's exceptional record of scoring manufacturers' points in each of the last 47 rallies. He ends the day 6th.
Vasen täys miinus ei, 8. Pitkä oikein eri plus, 150.
Chris Atkinson scored his first ever WRC stage win earlier in the day, and again he's quick. He may be the new boy on the circuits, but the Australian is making it clear to everybody that he has more than just potential.
Short right again, crest, then 8 left, don't go wide, then slow long 9 right, brake 40, slow 8 left, crest, then long 6 right.
He wins this final stage of the day and will start tomorrow in 5th.
Crest 30, short right, brake 50, short right again, crest, then 8 left, don't go wide, then slow long 9 right, brake 40, slow 8 left, crest, then long 6 right.
Francois Duval has had a shocking start to his career with Citroën, scoring no points in the first 3 rallies of the season. However, he's been quick right from the off in New Zealand, recording 5 top 3 stage wins already. Second fastest on stage 8 and moves into a podium position overnight.
Piège, gauche 120, ferme fort, pas corde arrivée. Il ferme fort, hein, gaffe, gaffe, ça glisse. Hein. 120, ferme fort, gaffe François. Pas corde.
So it's Sebastian Loeb leading the way after the first day, with Solberg dropping back to 4th after Duval's late charge. Galli's problems see him down in 10th, while Armin Schwarz is the first of the 2 Skoda drivers in 11th.
Marcus, thoughts at the end of day 1?
No, it's a little bit not so good because we took the wrong tires. I think all the Pirelli drivers went out with too soft on the second lap. I don't know exactly. The problem is I don't know the tires. It's my second rally on gravel, so now it seems to be that we have to learn in the rally.
Sebastian is very, very quick.
He's quick, but we could have been close with a harder compound. It's really the question.
Sebastian, the end of what's been a very, very good day for you.
Yes, perfect. For the moment, everything is going very well. The second pass, it was the stages were very clean, and for that I had a hard tire. So I tried to push very hard to make the gap as big as possible.
4 different stage winners and 2 leaders on day 1 of the New Zealand Rally. There are still 2 more long days of action still to come. Keep up to date with it all right here. I'm Carlton Kirby. Thanks for your company. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.